I just played the craziest game with Nehemia. I built this wacky Zoo Nehemia deck using some really weird cards. It's not the Nehemia people were playing earlier this season. It's like a way weirder one. And I actually beat this Cathy player. Blitz is a totally solid Cathy player playing a standard Cathy deck. We got to go back through this match. I have to show you all this. I don't know why. Okay, I don't know why it went backwards. But yeah, here let's watch this match, and I'll just walk you through it. I can't believe I just played this game. This was crazy. This was crazy. So we're watching the recording. I'm recording my games because I am getting coached. Starting actually doing my first coaching session tomorrow with Muka. I'm super excited. Muka, of course, is the top coach in the whole game pretty much. So it's going to be amazing. So I'm already recording all my games, just kind of getting in the habit of reviewing some games. And so luckily I have the footage from this. So I want to draw attention before we get into this match. Hopefully I can manage this video player. Hold on. Oh, it's not updating. Okay, sorry. I'm trying to... Here we go. I just want to show you guys in this opening hand. So Venerated Invoker. It's a 3 mana, 3 attack, 5 health, and it's got a lot going on. It's Decay, which means it does damage to itself and adjacent units at the start of your turn, and then it's Attuned, which means it has 2 different states, basically. So one turn it's Dormant, and one turn it's Awakened. On Dormant turns, it has a fairly irrelevant effect. Flourish, deal 2 damage to the enemy. That doesn't really matter. But when it's Awakened, it's Retaliate, heal another friendly unit for 2. And so we're going to heal back up with this. And this Retaliate is so much better than I expected. It actually works. I was feeling very skeptical of the Invoker. But dude, it actually works. It's crazy. So let's watch this and I'll show you all what happened. I have the target painters just for more 1-drops. The idea being to hopefully buff up with either the fungi or especially the ceremonial rites. Ceremonial rites is a conditional buff, but it's one of the strongest buffs in the game because it's 2 mana and it gives all damaged friendly units +2/+2. So that is really strong. I opened up with a Grove Guardian. I did not find my Stewards of the Guardian. Not right away. But as you'll see, it doesn't really matter. Hold on, I need to get some water. Hold on. Alright, so they play a 2/2 on turn 1 and they pass back to me. I'm not running any PS8s. I'm not running any Virulent Spores. I decided to build this fully aggressive, no hedging. I understand how absurd that is, but I just wanted to try it. So here I do bank this first Ceremonial Rites because I want to put the fungi on the 0/4. Immediately Grove Guardian is a 2/7 with Retaliate. And since Unit Cathy, I don't think they run Black Market Fixer that much, right? I don't know. Do people run like 1 or 2? They definitely don't run 3, so the chance of this getting removed isn't too high. Plus, they are a few turns away from that, so it's a really strong 2/7. Even if it did get removed by a Fixer, it would take a while. It is a lot for them to deal with. And then we get a little bit lucky here, I think. They play the 1/2, and then they PS8. And then we hit the Bannerman. So this is nice. We're able to kill it next turn. If it didn't hit the Bannerman, it would be a little tougher. Grove Guardian playing along. And this turn, I believe we're just going to drop the 3-drop. And at this point, I'm actually really like, what have I done? Why am I even running this card? I can't believe I'm about to play Venerated Invoker on turn 3. Like, I'm doing this on curve. There's no way this is good. I was trying to convince myself, should I play the Diplomat? Should I play the, the student? Like, should I do some other thing? But I really didn't want to float any mana, and I figured, look, if I'm going to play this card ever, this is my chance, right? It's in the deck, it's in the hand, it's on curve. Let's play the 3/5, baby. And so I end up banking the student, and playing the 3/5. We don't float any mana, and we're going to kill the Bannerman, which is going to leave us at 2/3. Now, the only kind of sad thing here is that Decay is threatening to kill my Guardian, right? If they run the 2/1 into the Guardian, it'll die to Decay, which isn't that good. And they should probably do that, but they're not going to. So because of that, the Grove Guardian's going to survive, and we're going to get some crazy shenanigans. But first, they Rallying Cry. I was kind of realizing that it's not as strong as I thought it was when I pulled that. I was like, oh man, because I didn't think it was a flourish on the Dorman. I thought it would just do 2 damage to face when they played it. So I was getting pretty confused. Now, they don't have Assault on this, so they don't get the 2/1/1 tokens from the 3-drop, but they do have the tokens from the Ruin Tinkerer. Their board is wide, and it's a scary situation. But both of my units are going to be damaged, and now we're starting to get the heals. So because Venerated Invoker does damage to itself with Decay, it automatically gets its Retaliate effect when it's in that state. So on those turns, you're going to heal 2 to the other unit, right? So now this is back up to 2/4, and then I immediately know what I have to do here. I got to play the Diplomat, I got to draw a card, and then I'm going to need to bank and play a Ceremonial Rites. So we're going to bank the Gunslinger. I thought about it for a minute. I decided to bank it, and then it's go time, baby. And I'll be honest, our luck only continues. As I'm watching this, I'm definitely realizing, yeah, there's quite a few things that went our way here. So the Rites is going to be a nice buff. I mean, the draw isn't perfect, right? I drew all 3 Ceremonial Rites, which you don't really want to do in the first 4 turns. But it does work out here. We kill the Carrier, and then we're going to high roll the damage, kill the 2/1. Otherwise, we would have had to leave that alive. I guess it wasn't that big a deal, but it was lucky. The real thing that made a big impact here was when they didn't kill the Grove Guardian. They could have killed the Grove Guardian by attacking it down to 1 health, and then it would have died from Decay. That was their chance to prevent this whole scenario. They didn't take it. And now I'm in a very strong spot. We can use Ceremonial Rites again. And here's where I'm like, I'm trying to run these Triumphs of Earth if I can get a wide board. The idea is, even if you just play like a Ruin Tinkerer or something, if you can just get some 1/1 tokens, like Triumph of Earth does get some good face damage. For 5 energy, you can get, I don't know, 6, 8, 10 damage maybe. But in practice, it's really hard to pull off. Guardian kills Kathy. Now, he is just, the Guardian RNG is just perfect every single time. It's a fun match. You know, I didn't say it was a strategically viable deck right now, but it's fun. Like, this Venerated Invoker synergy is actually really cool. And it is a 3-drop, right? So it's not vulnerable to Fixer. This list, it's literally the first game I played with this list. I just can't resist a little bit of Earthen experimentation right now. Shoshana wasn't going so well, but this Zunahemia, maybe, I don't know, maybe. Probably, hey, I win a game at least. But yeah, it's just, the Venerated Invoker is really cool. The fact that it takes damage from Decay and it activates the Retaliate, and then you can attack a token or something and then activate it again. I don't know, maybe you could even run Trusty Belt or something. It gets a little crazy. There's just always the problem of upgrades being 2-for-1able, right? If your opponent can just remove the creature, the upgrade is removed as well. There's a few upgrades in the game and in the deck, like Memento is in this deck. I didn't draw it this time, but there's upgrades that can go back to your hand like that, so you don't get 2-for-1 so much. And I think those are much more playable. Trusty Belt has something like that. I think you have to sacrifice a creature, if I'm not mistaken. But this definitely shows if you can get the creatures to stick. I mean, these strats are super viable. The real problem is when you upgrade a low-cost unit, it's just going to get fixered a certain amount of the time. Black Market Fixer makes it really hard to get away with these, 0-4 creatures plus an upgrade type of things. But at the same time, it only needs to get value for a couple of turns. If it stays on the board for 1 or 2 turns, it's already pretty good. So, there's some fun stuff here. We'll see what Aftermath gives us. Maybe, like Zunahemia with Moonlit Heart of whatever. Like, that was pretty obnoxious for a while. And I feel like there's probably other ways to build it. I just can't believe, like, I've never played a game of Parallel like this. So at this point, like, I'm not completely all the way there, but with Triumph of Earth in my hand, it does lock it in pretty good, since I know that even if they clear the board, once I hit them in the face here, they're down to 4. I mean, it's only a matter of time before I can play something plus Triumph of Earth. The glaive is good, and as you'll see, we're about to draw exactly what we need. Because while I'm not running the spores, I am running Formidable Presence. And that's going to be lethal. But not until they have a turn of brief copium. And then I play Formidable. I mean, I need to figure out how to, like, fast forward. They played a Poisoner, basically, and they cleared my board, is what they did on their turn. And they go down to 3 because they have to attack. I mean, the glaive does a lot of work as well. And then, yeah. The Formidable Presence. And on if I had 9 energy, I could actually Formidable plus Triumph, right? And then we'd have 12 damage. Which is a big combo. I mean, just that combo 3 times would be lethal in a control deck or something, hypothetically. Or if you could, like, draw your whole deck. I don't know. That doesn't really make sense. But the point is, it's a 12 damage combo. In its own right. We didn't have enough energy this time. But yeah, really, really cool match. Really, really cool deck. I don't know, you know, it's one day Earthen will stay good for more than a few weeks. We had like 5 days where everyone liked Earthen there, you know. For a minute, people liked Earthen. One day we'll get there. But yeah, fun match.